Welcome back. I'm excited to be here chatting with so many educators from across the country. And tonight, actually, it's one of the times that we have someone from the home state of FETC. So I'm excited to bring her in, learn all about her work, learn all about the things that she is bringing to FETC. And we didn't know if there were some things we could talk about, and now we know we can. So we're going to find out what those are as we welcome Brandi in to the Stronger Together podcast.
Good afternoon.
How are you tonight?
Good. It's been a good
Awesome.
day. We can wrap it up in the best
Excellent.
of ways.
Well, wonderful. So for those individuals who have not yet learned of your work, tell us who you are, what you do, and where you calling in from.
I am calling in from about an hour and a half outside of actually New Orleans. I'm more toward the capital city of Baton Rouge. I have been an educator in the state of Louisiana my entire life. I am actually a retiree from public education. I retired out a couple of years ago, and now I serve as the academic technology coordinator at Episcopal School of Baton Rouge. It's just fancy name for being able to just have fun with technology and my teachers. I was a classroom teacher for many years, but the one I hold tight to is librarian. That's a
Okay.
title I'll never give up. That's just in me. I worked as a librarian for over 13 of the 25 years that I spent. So
So
that one I'm
what?
going to hang on a little tighter to.
Okay, why is that? Well, tell me why that one's so special.
Just, the library, the things that librarians do for support for teachers is just hands down amazing. We have so many hats that we wear. We're the technology person, the resource person, my projector can't isn't working. Do you have a bulb? We're all of that, and then we took care of the students too. So it's a really special role on campus. So if you're not appreciative of librarians, shame on you, because you should be. We do a lot. And that one, I still curate things. I'm still curating technology. I'm still curating lessons for teachers. So it's just a natural role for me.
So you had said you retired, but you're still in the field. So how how
Haha.
how does that work?
That was just really blessings and magic. I have been in this for a few years, let's just say. And
Okay.
in my area, I was grandfathered in on some retirement time. So I had spent 23 years in public education, which allowed me to retire from the public education sector. And I was able to go into the private sector. So, yeah.
And you graduated from the district you work in or the school you work in? Which one?
Well, I was the district that I was working for when I retired out was East Baton Rouge Parish School System, and I was a graduate of one of the schools in East Baton Rouge Parish School System. So I'm just a Louisiana girl. I've stayed here, and
Okay.
even though I'm still in the private sector now, just Louisiana education in general is just a passion for me because our culture's rich, and we've got a lot of diversities around, and it's kind of cool to go through those waters together.
And did you stay local after high school, like LSU or somewhere local?
Actually, I am a Go Lions Southeastern Louisiana University graduate for
Okay.
my undergrad. A fun fact, in the Baton Rouge area, I have attended all the universities. I did go to LSU for my librarianship, and
Okay.
I started off my career at Southern University. I mean, I love my Jags back then too, and then I ended up graduating with my education degree from Southeastern University, and then I got my master's degree not too terribly long ago. An old girl can still learn lots of new tricks from Grand Canyon University in instructional technology. So
Well, congratulations. And definitely you can always continue to learn. And why was that a direction you wanted to go into?
it was just something that I had always aspired to, but in my family life, it never was the time. And at the time, my oldest daughter she was about to graduate high school, and she was like, "Mom, we're good. I just think it's your turn." And it was ironic. Pre-COVID, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, and I always had my hand in technology, either fixing it or just learning the new things so I could teach others. And
Okay.
the program was online and it worked. And she graduated in the May of 2020, and so did I.
Oh, that's exciting. How was that party? Did you have a good
Well,
graduation?
we were all still home. So
Okay.
we were still in quarantine-ish. So, but we did. It was definitely a journey. The whole family, you know, they remember me at the table at night, many, and they're like, I was like, so do you think Dr. Bergeron will work? And they're like, no, we're not doing that again.
So it must be exciting to have FETC in your home state.
That is awesome.
And are you going to go to the event, or tell me, are you
Oh,
commuting?
100%.
Okay, good.
I am staying there. Baton Rouge traffic, New Orleans traffic is not fun for me.
Hmm.
So no, I have the luxury that we're going to be staying. My wonderful director is going to be attending with me, and we have great fun when we're doing things together. We're even able to bring one of our teachers with us. So it's going to be lots of fun. We're going to stay and enjoy all the things New Orleans.
So besides staying and enjoying all the things, you're going to be presenting. So tell us a little bit about the sessions you're going to be presenting and what people can expect when they come.
The first session that I'm going to be presenting is just kind of taking you through a little bit of my journey, tips, tricks, and hacks for technology coach. In our area, it's a newer position and it's not clearly defined. I am not an administrator. Kudos to all of those that are. So in my world, thankfully, I don't have to do a lot of those administrative duties like work with teachers when they're not integrating it enough. So, it's just a little bit about my journey and some of those tips and tricks. Most of my experience has been in rural or inner city districts. And I, have honed in on things that you can expect those tricks that are free. I mean, not necessarily things that are costing you. Wakelet, hands down, that's one of my favorites. So we'll talk some Wakelet, we'll talk some Flip, and just a little bit about how we can make this work and how you can put it in the hands of teachers in a kind, guiding fashion, not a mandated, you must do this now fashion, and just learn how
Absolutely.
to have fun with it.
Yeah, I love Wakelet. I'm really using a lot, really organize a lot of the infographics I make in
Hmm.
Canva and different things. What are some of the things that you share when you're like, this is why I should use Wakelet?
I am a Wakelet ambassador. Love my Wakelet friends. But just what you said, to be able to curate and have it all right there. Oftentimes my teachers, their Google Drive looks like something threw up all over the desktop.
Can't
And
have that.
we want to try to rein that in for them. But just to be able to, like, you're confident when you're organized and you feel good when you can just go and get your resources. And we're working on some of our teachers actually using them as lessons and being able to share things with the students, and then teaching them those organizational skills as well. So it's just an amazing tool. Lots of fun stuff you can do with it.
So if I said, what's your favorite tip or trick, where would you go?
um I probably I'm gonna swing between Wakelet, Canva. I don't know, that's just too hard.
Okay.
I love all of the new things that Canva is doing. I will have to definitely say kudos to them and how they're doing the educator account now. That has really opened the door. I am a huge proponent of creation, a little bit more the consumption. I know we're never going to balance that scale with our students, but if we can at least get them to start creating some things, and Canva has just really opened the door for that.
Absolutely. I've been using that a ton lately. Actually, the background you see here, it was built in Canva. A lot of the infographics I do, I really like that. And you're doing two sessions, is that correct?
Yes.
What's
So
the
the
second
second
session?
session, we got audio here.
Yeah,
The second session
that's
that we're
always a
working
good thing.
on, we are actually, I am doing, that's a workshop session with Discovery Education. So again, going back to my rural background and such, we did not have the luxury of a lot of different programs, but
Okay.
all the way back from the beginning of my teaching experience, there was Discovery Education. Back then it was United Streaming. They've come certainly a long way since then, but it's just good, solid content. So I am fortunate enough to be able to do a workshop presentation for Discovery Education, and also focusing on some of the new early childhood components that they've added with it. So one of my favorite little characters that some of us grew up with and loved, those Sesame Workshop characters, are
Sure.
now going to be featured in with the Discovery Education to do some balancing for those early childhood things. We're definitely seeing, we have babies coming in from like that have not had a school normal, and we're having those COVID babies, and we're
Sure.
seeing that, we have a little more deficiency than maybe we anticipated. And so Sesame has always been solid with their content. And then you tie the bow in with Discovery on how they're able to curate it, and you just have good stuff. So we're going to work on some really cool things that Discovery has to offer. Early childhood and beyond. This is a tool that I still use, with high school students all the time. And so we're going to just get a really good taste of what Discovery Education can provide for teachers and students. And then we're going to tie a nice bow on how they're adding some really cool early childhood things into it.
Well, those two really diverse sessions, a lot to learn. And so if you're down at FETC, make sure to check out Brandy's sessions. What are you looking to go learn? What are some things you're like, I want to go see these things or learn these things or check out these products in the vendor floor?
One of my big things, my personal goal this year was, ironically enough, digital storytelling. As in a
Oh,
librarian, the stories
sure.
will always be there, but I'm focusing some on the podcasting. So, I definitely am going to
Mm.
go check you out and some of those other sessions. So, just I can really get those things going with the backgrounds and just learning the ins and outs of it. However, you've made it look really easy tonight. I'm just going to
Oh,
say.
no. No. Um, well, thank you. So besides FETC, or you had said you've been to ISC, where do you go to find your learning or your motivation or to get you really jazzed about something?
Being at Episcopal is certainly afforded me the opportunities to do more travel to conferences, and I am very, very fortunate with that. So I remember our local conference is LaQ, and
Hmm.
traditionally that was the only one that I was ever able to attend. And I would always get so fired up just from being able to network with, like-minded people and teachers. And so when I got the opportunity, last year I went to TCEA, and this year, it was ISTE and LaQ, and then now it's just like this. We're just such a wholesome group of people in this field, and just learning from each other is super super cool for me. It just really gives me the drive, and my teachers are what's behind all of it, because it just hurts my heart when they work so hard, and I'm like, I know I can make that a little bit easier on you. So if I can do something to make their life a little bit easier or give them a little bit of their time back, I'm in. So all the things I can learn. And my teachers are awesome cheerleaders. They're like, yeah, go learn, go figure it out, and then come back and show us. So
That's awesome. And as a former elementary school principal, one of the things I heard a lot was that our younger kids can't do this. They can't use Wakelet or they can't use Canva or do some of the, besides some of the, canned programs, they can't use these really creative tools. How would you coach some of those teachers to change that mindset?
that's lies, lies, and untruths. I'm actually getting ready to go into my first grade classrooms tomorrow, and we're gonna have some flip fun. And
Hmm.
it's easy to say they can't when you as an adult are maybe uncomfortable about it yourself. So I try to provide the adults with experiences that just loosen them up some. And then, I'm all about grabbing a little group of friends and say, hey, let's try this. Let's see how it's going to work. And some days we make it and some days we don't. And then we just regroup. But I think they all have the capability to learn things. It's just how it's presenting. And then giving the teacher the confidence that, you know what, if this messes up, it's all right. We're going to make it. We're just going to sit back and try it again.
I like it. So I've never been to Louisiana. I've never been to New
Ooh.
Orleans. Like, what should I do when I'm there, and what should I stay away from?
Well, I will say this: we can have all four seasons in one day, sometimes in 1 hour.
Wow.
So I would certainly check the weather to make sure you're prepared in that sense.
Okay.
FETC is going to be in coming in during carnival season. So if you've not experienced any Mardi Gras, there will certainly be unique sights about, just as any city, I would be a little vigilant about where you are and the lighting of the streets. And such. But it
Okay.
is definitely a flavorful town. You should check out the food. I'm sure king cakes will be rolling free. So
King
it's just
cakes?
king cakes. Yes. Oh heavens. You
Okay.
really I'm hoping FETC will have some out for everybody. But if you have to have king cake during carnival season. It's basically a glorified cinnamon roll, and I may get backlash for saying that, but it's just in the best of ways with ooey gooey fillings and the perfect thing to go. So you'll definitely enjoy the food. Never have to bring a salt shaker when you come to
All
Louisiana.
right. I like it. I like it. Well, it was great to chat with you, and make sure
Thank
to
you.
check out all of Brandy's sessions, all of her work. But I can't let you leave without asking you the question I ask everyone who comes on here. What does stronger together mean to you?
Stronger together for Louisiana, it means a lot. We've
Okay.
been through a lot of strongers
True.
together, from floods to hurricanes to all of those things. It just really seems like that's definitely it could be a state motto for educators. I just think if we stick together, like the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to be an educator. And I think we need to remember to be stronger together for each other. You don't have to work in solitude. That we are all here, and we wear the same shoes. So it's all for one.
I like it. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on to share your story to really boost up the librarians in the house and everybody
Woohoo!
who's gonna be there and all the great work that you do. Make sure to stop by the booth where I'll be podcasting. I'd love to get a chance
Absolutely,
to meet you in person and grab a picture and share in the Louisiana flavor.
absolutely. I hope everyone enjoys.
Wonderful. Well, have a great evening and
You
look
too.
forward to seeing you at FETC in New Orleans. And for all of you who listen and watch, make sure that we continue to stay stronger together. And we do that when we put we over me. It was great to meet you, man,
You
Brandy.
as well.
All right. Hi now.
Bye bye.